Hi guys, today we're going to be going over the double cleanse routine. First we're going to start off with the application, followed by our 3 spreading movements, and finishing up with the cleanse routine itself. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're going to be starting our double cleanse routine. With our double cleanse routine, we're going to be first using our pre-cleanse cleanser with our application starting on the décolleté, going up the neck, across the chin, up the cheeks, down the nose, and across the forehead. So once again, across the décolleté, up the neck, across the chin, up the cheeks, down the nose, and across the forehead. Then we're going to start off with our spreading movement. That's 3 circular motions on the décolleté going out towards the shoulder. 1, 2, 3. Coming up the neck, we're going to scissor on each side of the mouth. And we're going to circle the eyes 3 times. First circle is going to hit the eyebrows. Second circle will be in the center of the forehead. And the third circle will be at the hairline. And 3 temple frictions. So you're going to do that spreading movement 2 more times. So this completes our spread. We're going to go right into the cleanse, starting with our roll pat motion 3 times. This is number 2. Here's number 3, meaning back in the center of the chin. Then we're going to do our jaw circles, making sure that we are feeling the lymph nodes underneath the jaw, and making our motion so that we're pressing the lymph back towards each ear that we are working on. And this is done 3 times on each side. Then we're going to do 6 chin circles. We're going to go above and below the mouth 3 times. Then we'll do 6 cheek sweeps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other side. Making sure that your whole hand is touching the sides and the cheek, coming up towards the temple. Then you're going to do your cheek circles 6 times. Then you're going to come down and cleanse the nose area. So we're going to do small circles along the bridge of the nose, making sure that you get the tip of the nose. There's often blackheads that collect there. And you're going to brace the nose and clean each side of the nostril, making sure that you're not collapsing both nostrils at the same time so that your client can still breathe. Small circles again up towards the brow, stopping for just a second in between the brow, and then making your way up towards the hairline. Finishing your cleanse routine off with large circles across the forehead and 3 temple frictions. At this time, I'll wipe my hands off and I'll add my steam. It's always important that the nozzle of the steamer is expelling steam before we introduce it to our client, and it is, so we'll go ahead and bring it down. You want to aim it at your client's décolleté, and then placing your hands on each side of your client's face will tell you if the steamer is properly placed, which it is. If you do this, you won't have to ask your client, does the steam feel okay? You'll know because your hands are on each side of the face and it's hitting equally. I'm going to now add some water to emulsify our pre-cleanse. And this is going to turn your pre-cleanse into a milky solution. Once you add your water, you're going to apply it quickly to chest, neck, chin, cheeks, nose, forehead, and do 3 spreading movements. And you can see that the oil has turned into a milky cleanser. Making sure that when you're doing the circles, it's hitting your brow first, the center of your forehead, and then the hairline. And your last spreading movement, 3 circles on the décolleté, scissoring each side of the mouth, doing your 3 circles around the eyes, and your 3 temple frictions. That completes our first cleanse of our double cleanse. So now we need to remove our cleanser. So we're going to go ahead and get our sponges and our clean bowl of water, wring them out nicely, wiping any excess water that may be on the backs of your hands. Starting down at the décolleté, you'll do an S maneuver around the shoulders, up the back of the traps and the back of the neck. Then you'll be doing a roll pat motion to remove any of that cleanser that may be on the neck. Meeting in the chin, coming up the sides of the chin and the cheek to the temple. I like to flip my sponges, so I'm now working with clean sponges. TP my sponges over the nose, getting into the crevice of the nose, coming back up to the temple, anchoring the side of the mouth, gently and quickly going across the mouth and coming back up to the temple, going up the bridge of the nose, the forehead, meeting down at the temple again. When you do this sponge removal, you should do it no less than 2 times, no more than 3 times. Any more than 3 times is going to irritate your client's skin. Any less than 2 times is not going to remove the cleanser. So again, S across the décolleté, the back of the traps, up the back of the neck. Roll patting motion up the neck so that we remove any cleanser there. Don't forget the bottom portion of the chin as well. Coming up. Anchoring the mouth, coming across to the temples. That completes our cleanse number 1 and the removal of our pre-cleanse. So we're then going to put our sponges in our clean bowl of water and start our second cleanse of our double cleanse. Okay, so 1/4 pump of our essential cleansing solution. We're going to add water to this before we apply it to our client's skin. Always making sure that as we're adding the water, we're doing it over our bowl and our SMA, never over our client. We don't want to drip on our client. So once I've done that, I'm going to do our application. Across the décolleté, up the neck, across the chin, up the cheeks, down the nose, and across the forehead. And we'll go ahead and start with our second cleanse of our double cleanse. That starts with our 3 spreading movements. Three circles across the décolleté, coming up the neck, scissoring both sides of the mouth, eye circles 3 times. So our last spreading movement. Circle 1 is on the brow. Circle 2 is in the center of the forehead. Circle 3 is at the hairline. 3 temple frictions. Now we go right into our cleanse routine, which starts off with our roll pats. 3 times. This is number 2. And notice the position of my hands as I'm doing my roll pats, that they are parallel to one another, not like this. Okay, so we always want to make sure that our hands are in this position. That way they can roll off the jaw of our client nicely. We'll meet in the center, do our jaw pulls, jaw circles. This is done 3 times on each side. Making sure that you are pushing that lymph back towards whichever ear you are working on. So I'll review that quickly. So when you're working on one side of the face, you want to be sure that you're pushing the lymph back towards that ear. When you change directions and start working on the other side of the face, you want to be sure that you're pushing that lymph back towards that ear. I just want to be sure that everyone's clear. It's very important that even as you're bringing your hands forward, your circular motion that's happening with your pointer finger is still going to be pushing that lymph back towards the ear. Okay, so let's continue on our cleansing routine with our 6 chin circles. Above and below the mouth 3 times. Into our 6 cheek sweeps. On both sides. Going into our cheek circles. Coming down the nose, doing our small circles along the bridge of the nose, making sure to get the tip, because remember, blackheads can start to form and collect there. Cleaning the nostril side, making sure that you're only collapsing one nostril that's being cleaned. The other needs to be open so that our client can still breathe. Pausing for a quick second in between the brows, then making your way up towards the hairline, finishing your cleanse routine off with large circles across the forehead and 3 temple frictions. We're then going to need to remove this cleanser, so I'll wipe my hands to remove any excess cleanser that may be left on there. And from our clean bowl of water, we'll be getting our sponges, being sure that we rinse them well. It's always nice to remove any excess water with your other sponge. We start with an S maneuver across the décolleté, going around the shoulders and the back of the traps, up the back of the neck. Doing our roll pats to remove anything that may be on the neck area, meeting in the center. Removing from the lower jaw, bringing that up towards the temple. We're going to TP our sponges over the nose, coming back towards the temple, gently anchoring the mouth and coming back towards the temple, coming up the nose, across the forehead, meeting at the temple. And we'll go ahead and remove one more time just to be sure all of our cleanser is off our client. It's important that we wipe off any excess water that may be on the backs of your hands so that it's not dripping on our client when we're going in for our sponge removal. When you do this mouth cleanse and you're anchoring the mouth, always be sure that you get the tip of the nose with your sponge here so that you're removing any of that cleanser. Coming up the bridge of the nose, across the forehead, ending at the temple. And that completes our double cleanse. Okay, so that's it for our double cleanse routine. Always remember where and when you're supposed to apply the steam, as well as our sponge removal, removing all of our cleanser. Good luck.